Welcome back to another video. It is Monday afternoon. It is week 4. It is the final week 4 until Commonwealth. I'm now about to head to my parents'. It's like 2 p.m. Gonna head there to train later today. But I wanted to just show you what we finished last night. So I'm gonna walk to the garden. I need the key. So yeah, my weekend was supposed to be spent, you know, resting, recovering, preparing for this heavy week 4. Instead it wasn't. It was spent basically, apart from obviously working like I normally do, it was spent getting the house done, or more of the house done. So we're in my garage, lights on. Last night, the plan was to really relax yesterday evening, ready for today, because I did a lot of like work around the house and stuff. My back wasn't feeling too happy as of Saturday evening, because I did loads of painting and stuff Saturday, which was a lot of bending at awkward angles and things. But no, I decided it was time to set up this. Let's take a look. So we have got the garage gym set up, and a bike that we need to sell, and Hoover, broom, other bits that are for the gym, flag, MiraFit flag. That obviously isn't set up yet, but the gym is basically not finished because this window at the end, I'm going to show you. So last night we had like a family friend come around, well, my aunt and her partner came around to take a look because he is hopefully going to replace this window for us. We need this replaced, and look at the state of this window for one. Like, this whole garage was basically like rotten when we moved in. I think the previous owner had just never come in here. But at the top you can see all the bricks are a little bit loose, and with the deadlift platform directly underneath that, a little bit scary. It should be absolutely fine, and he seems to think it'll be easy enough to replace, and if the bricks fall down, he'll sort it, so should be fine. Just more money being spent. But this is the new garage gym. Well, I say the new, this is number two, garage gym number 2. We have got deadlift platform. This was the thing that me and my boyfriend had to move together, like when we collected all this kit. I remember speaking about it. Bane of my life. Getting this deadlift platform, just us two, on a van, off the van, down our driveway, which you can't see at the moment because I've got the shutter down, but it is quite a long, not long driveway, like there's definitely driveways much longer. There's just not a short distance to have to carry that. And we literally couldn't even carry it, we had to just slide it along the floor. But let's have a look. So we have got, I think it's 7 pairs of 25s. So we've got rack here, rack here. So we've got 7 pairs of 25s, 2 pairs of 20, well, 2 pairs of everything else basically. We've even got the tiny little baby plates. I think we've got, I don't even know what we've got. I haven't actually looked, and to be fair, to turn my camera on. To be fair, I probably won't use the tiny little micro plates because I never bother. We've also got primal strength rack. Not used this rack before. Excited to use it. It's a fairly firm pad. To be fair, it's like maybe slightly firmer than the one I've got at my parents' house. But yeah, excited to use that. And brand new Tiger bar, Extreme Fitness Tiger bar, which is the same bar that I have at home or at my parents' home. My favourite bar, if you're going to set up a home gym and you want a decent quality comp style bar, 100% recommend the Tiger bar. It's like 330 quid, so it's not cheap, but for a like comp specific bar. I don't think it's technically an IPF approved bar, but that doesn't matter. Like, I think it's the closest thing you can get to an Eleiko in terms of knurling, sturdiness and everything else for like less than a third of the price, or a third of the price. I don't know how much Eleikos are now. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys my new home gym. Very excited to train in here. I'm not going to be training in here this week because it's such a heavy week. I was probably going to go to a gym today, but I decided not to. I'm going to just train at my parents' house in the garage like I normally do. Basically, not willing to do heavy squats on a combo rack on a week where I'm going for PBs, especially this close to Commonwealth, just in case I fail. I don't want to fail on a combo. Although I do think the primal racks are pretty sturdy in terms of the safeties, I've been told. Not that I'm planning on failing today, but yeah, basically thought I'll train in here for the first time maybe next week when it's my lighter week. Also, probably not going to deadlift in here until the window's replaced, which should be like 4 or 5 weeks. So it'll probably be just after or just before Commonwealth that gets done. And then I will be happy to deadlift in here once that's kind of all done and replaced. So I'll probably do, as of week 1, so next week, of like the first week of the next block, I'll probably do my Thursday session here and then my Monday session at my parents' house, because Mondays are going to be the day that I deadlift. But yes, very excited. The only thing, well, there's still quite a bit of space behind me. For now, I am going to have to, or we are going to have to pull this combo rack forward a little bit just because the mats overlap at the bottom, and I do not have anything, or we do not have anything to cut through that with, because they're very thick mats. So next time my dad's here, that is his job to do. So yeah, just going to pull the bench out a little bit for now. But that's fine because we're not going to be filling this other end for a while. I say that. One thing we want to get, which I've mentioned multiple times, is a cross trainer. So that's probably going to go this end, or this corner just next to the plugs. Or I mean, we are going to get more sockets put in here. But yeah, cross trainer probably just near this door, because to be honest, we're probably not even going to use this door very much. Might just use it as a bit of airflow. I tend to just use the shutter because when we moved in, the shutter didn't actually open. It was rusty, disgusting, would literally not open more than like that far. And the bricks above that are a little bit loose as well. So basically couldn't even open the shutter door, but my dad, being my dad, found a way to open it, forced it open. And we've like fixed the door basically. So I want to use that as much as possible to make sure that it doesn't get stiff again, especially now it's going to get colder here. And then the plan for this space, where we've got just junk chucked at the moment, is a cable machine, hopefully. Just like a little corner cable machine. Nothing too crazy or expensive or fancy. Basically just want to make it so that we can do pretty much everything here, and then the only things I'll probably still go to a commercial gym for are like leg machines, pretty much. So like my pendulum squat and stuff I'll probably still do once a week. But I want to be able to essentially make this as usable as possible, especially like my boyfriend isn't a big fan of the gym. He wrestles, that's his sport. So he likes to stay in shape for that, and he does like to kind of train with me. And to be fair, he puts on muscle pretty easily. So at the moment, he just does my 2 accessory days with me. He doesn't really like going by himself if he can avoid it. So the plan is hopefully to make this usable enough for him that he can just train here full time and get everything he needs to done here. He might still come with me like once a week if I still go once a week, but we'll see. But yeah, basically want to make it as much in here as possible without making it cramped. Also need to get a mirror. Probably going to do a big mirror on this wall, but undecided. And yeah, I think we're going to sell this bike. It's not mine, it's his. But undecided, unsure. Yeah, wanted to just show you the gym. Very excited. Let's just have one more look because I feel like an excited child. It's also hilarious because we were not going to set up this gym. Like, this was going to be the final thing we set up in the house because, like, let's turn around. The entire house, pretty much. Well, the entire house needs redecorating. The bathroom especially needs completely like ripping out and doing it. Like, I swear the bathroom in this house has not been decorated probably since the house was built, and it was built in the 60s. Like, it's like hideous pale pink tiles. The silicone seal on the bath and the shower is like terrible. So the woman that lived here before has obviously just botched it and just kept adding more silicone every time it started to leak. So my mum had to top that up for us the other day. But yeah, bathroom 100% needs to be completely redone. Kitchen at some point, but my dad can do that hopefully, so that's fine. He is a kitchen fitter, I'm not just making him do it. And yeah, like, we've had to have the roof replaced on here. Like, basically, the money that we had planned to put into the rest of the house has gone into the gym, which was definitely not what we intended, but it's fine, at least this is done. But yeah, like, my office needed redecorating. I mean, that is literally finished now. Spare bedroom has been finished, well, nearly finished. Got like a couple of coats to do on the skirting and the doors and stuff, and that is done. But the fact that this was supposed to be the final project that was probably going to be at least a year or two away, and it ended up being the first one that we probably put more money into than we're going to put into the rest of the house. Or not the rest of the house, but like a lot of the house. So yeah, not ideal. But also got the gym set up. I can actually bench on a combo rack more regularly, and I have the option to add in more frequency on bench without worrying about even fitting in the time to train and stuff like that if I ever feel like I need to. Because at the minute, I mean, I'm doing 3 days a week of bench, which is not that much for how much I'm benching, but yeah, we'll see. Very excited to be able to use this. This was only supposed to be like a 30-second clip to show you the gym. Oh well, I got talking. But yeah, really excited to finally have this set up. We are going to have to empty some of, or like take the combo rack and stuff out when the window gets done. But I mean, that won't take long. It's actually not that heavy of a rack when you take it apart, so it's fine. And the bench is easy enough to move. I'm so excited to train in here. Next week will be my first session in here, I think. That's the plan. We'll see.
There's nothing in this world more primal than my love for you. If you meet somebody nobody else that's a rival. That much is true. Yeah, I know you said, baby, this is final. And I blame myself. All that's left of me now is an animal. And I cry for help. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you out. Let it go, let it go, let it go, till I get you alone. I can't help but howl like a wolf. Howl like a wolf. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you. I will howl like a wolf. Baby, I will howl like a wolf. When the sun fades, when the night awaits, I'll be howling and howling and howling for you, babe.
Okay, so squats went well. I had to use the clip from my phone for my top set. I haven't watched my back off the back yet, so I might have had to use the camera from my phone for that as well, because this camera decided to not focus at all during my top set, and it kept glitching in and out of focus, and it looked awful. So that's annoying, because I want to make a reel out of my PB, 177.5 for 4. As I did it, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, obviously. Like, it definitely wasn't going to be easy. That's a 7.5 kilo PB for, like, my best set of 4. I hit 170 for 2 blocks ago. Tried to do an extra week of the block, 175 for 4, and I only got to 3, and the third rep was a grind. And my best ever triple is 180. Again, was a grind. So 177.5 for 4 was obviously a fairly big ask, especially because this isn't my strongest day of the block, typically. Like, that will be Thursday. Yeah, 177.5 for 4 is a huge PB, and when I planned this block, I didn't have full confidence that I'd even be able to do it. Like, this week has made me incredibly nervous, and this session kind of lines me up for my next session, like my Thursday session. If I can do my set of 4 today, then I know my plan to double on Thursday should be no problem, especially because I'm not deadlifting today. I'm moving deadlifts back to Thursday to, like, reduce any fatigue in my, like, posterior chain in my back. So yeah, the fact that it moved well makes me very confident for Thursday, especially because on Thursday I'm going to be powering through on a combo rack. It's much easier to unrack on a combo rack. Even tonight, my unrack, I nearly died on my unrack of 177.5. Like, I got like a slight like tightness in my right Achilles, and I like just completely lost balance trying to like make that feel a little bit better. So the fact that I can unrack it that badly and still squat 177.5 for 4 in a cage, like, I'm very excited for Thursday. I think Thursday should be good. I haven't felt 100% today either. Like, I feel fine, but I just haven't felt 100%. So very happy, especially, like, I think my nutrition being back on track and stuff is definitely contributing to this week feeling good. Yeah, I'm really happy. I re-racked it at the end of the set, and I, like, part of me was a little bit annoyed. I was like, oh, I wish that was easier. And then I stepped off and I was like, what the fuck have I just done? Like, that's big. And it's, I don't know, like, normally obviously after a PB you're like really happy, overwhelmed, like really just like full of happiness and joy or whatever, but I'm almost in disbelief that that went so well. I don't know how to explain it. Hilarious as well. TMI, I guess it's not TMI, I don't know. Depends who's watching it. I feel like if you're a girl watching this, it's probably not TMI. If you're a guy, it might be. After the second rep, I did pee, and it actually dripped through onto the floor, so I feel like my mum's going to ban me from training here from now on. And the only reason I'm admitting that on the camera is because you can actually see it in the video, and it is very gross. Doesn't happen very often, but it happens sometimes. It's I don't want to say it's normal in terms of it should happen all the time, but it's normal that it might happen occasionally. So that was a bit gross, but it's fine. I've changed now into my trackies anyway, so it doesn't matter. I just thought it was funny. Yeah, 177.5 for 4. I don't really have anything to say, because I'm like, I don't know how I just did that. Like, when I hit 170 for 4 a couple of blocks ago, it wasn't like max effort by any means. Like, it was fairly comfortable for like a PB, but to add 7.5 on that in 2 blocks, it's a little bit wild. Like, more than a little bit. Like, it's crazy. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of in disbelief. Not disbelief that it happened. Like, I obviously believed I could do it, or I wouldn't have loaded it. I'm not that stupid, but warm-ups didn't feel fantastic. Like, my 162.5 last warm-up felt a little bit off. Like, my back felt a little bit stiff. all the decorating and stuff at the weekend, and like the carrying of all the gym kit and stuff like that was all in our living room. We had to carry that all through to the garret. I say we had to, I decided to do it last night. Like that's obviously fatigued my back as well. All like painting, I've been painting the skirting boards like constantly over the weekend in 2 different rooms. So again, that's lots of leaning at awkward angles. Yet my back doesn't feel 100% fresh basically, and my warmth didn't feel 100%, and I still squatted 177.5 for 4. And then after that, 152.5 for back off 6s. Like I can't express how comfortable they were. Like they didn't even read, like, I don't know how to, like, I'm not getting my words out. Yeah, they shouldn't be that easy, but they were, which makes me just very confident that this momentum can just continue through to British. Past that, I'm very happy. Very happy. I'm not going to say much more at this point because I need to crack on and bench, but I don't have deadlifts today, so I will talk more at the end, because in my, I think it was last video or the one before, someone commented and just asked about the home gym and whether or not it's worth setting up a home gym, and what my split is between home gym and commercial gym, because I've said before I do my accessories in a commercial gym. So I'll talk on that later in the video, but I'm gonna bench now.
Can't keep my pain quiet any longer. Gotta let it out. Are you anywhere near? So I wonder, can you hear me now? I know it ain't over till it's over, 'cause I'm still alive. If only you'd come a bit closer, maybe I'll survive. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you out. Let it go, let it go, let it go till I get you alone. I can't help but howl like a wolf, howl like a wolf. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you. I will howl like a wolf, baby, I will howl like a wolf. When the sun fades, when the night awaits, I'll be howling and howling and howling for you, babe. I'll be howling and howling and howling for you.
Okay, so session is done. Bench actually went really, really well. I feel like I'm finally over that mental block that I had after All England's when bench didn't go to plan. I feel like tonight I approached 110 and I was like, this is easy. Like walking up to the bar, like normally, like recently I've been getting a bit nervous for anything above 107. Like 107 is always fine, and then anything above that I'm a little bit like, ooh, how's it gonna go? But yeah, no, I got under the bar and I was like, oh, 110's easy, it's nothing. And I mean, it moved really well, like really, really well. Especially for my last ascending triple at 102.5 wasn't easy either. That's massively boosted my confidence. I feel like I've never felt this confident this close to comp before. Like never. Normally by this point I am freaking out, lifts are feeling bad, and mentally I'm just starting to crumble. And this session went so well. Like I couldn't have asked for more from this session, really. Like I actually couldn't. I'm very happy. I feel like I haven't expressed my feelings very well this session, but that's because I'm not gobsmacked at how it went by any means. Like I knew I could do all of these numbers. Like I wouldn't program them if I couldn't do them. But it's like, it's one thing believing you can do them and it's another thing actually doing them. Because there's always that little bit of doubt in the back of my mind where I'm like, am I being over ambitious? Especially because I remember last block, which was an ambitious block in itself, I was terrified through the whole block. Like I thought I'd massively overreached my numbers. And because last block went so well, I've pushed my numbers even more this block. So it's just, I don't know, I didn't expect to be here in this position leading into Commonwealth. Like when I kind of planned my 4 blocks into comp, as soon as All England's was done, I planned the next 4 blocks and I had a rough idea of where each block would end. I'm like 10, 12 kilos ahead of that. 10 kilos ahead of that, I think. Can't remember the exact numbers I had in mind. But yeah, I am a lot further ahead than I thought I would be at this point. And it's almost like those months of my off season are really coming together now. And the numbers that I kind of knew I'd be able to hit are showing. And there's still room for more. So I am very excited, very happy. Body weight's in a really good place as well. So I was 86 on the dot this morning. And again, TMI, but I just think TMI is a normal thing on this channel. And also I feel like as a nutrition coach, it's something that is important and yeah, I hadn't basically been to the toilet in a couple of days. So I was 86 on the dot this morning. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be a bit lighter. Although to be fair, normally the day after training I'm a little bit heavier just because of extra retention. But either way, like my body weight is where I want it to be, if not lighter. Like I thought I would be heavier at this point. I think I first weighed myself again Saturday and I was 86.4. I was back to tracking my macros from Thursday. And I just think having like all my meal prep done, like I've got so much, I've hardly cooked the last 2 days because pretty much everything I eat is already cooked and in the fridge ready to be heated up. And it's just been, yeah, I've really set myself up now, and I'm going to obviously continue to do that. Like I'm normally very good with meal prep and stuff, but I think with being on holiday and then going away for this wedding, like I had about 2.5, 3 weeks where I was kind of just eating what was there rather than planning and prepping ahead. So I'm very happy, in a very good position and very excited for Thursday. I'm going to Powering Through on Thursday. I think we're training like midday-ish. So yeah, got no reason it shouldn't go well. Just need to eat well tomorrow, eat well Wednesday, and make sure I fuel myself for my session. Yeah, not much else to say. I feel like I'm not going to probably do any more decorating and stuff at the house. I might do one more coat of paint in this bare bedroom on the skirtings and stuff, maybe tomorrow, and then Wednesday I won't do any. But yeah, I need to let my lower back kind of recover because that was a little bit like on bench. I think my butt came up a little bit more than it should do. And it wasn't necessarily fully down on some reps, but that's more because my lower back didn't feel 100%, just because it's a little bit niggly from painting and stuff over the weekend and lifting on the gym kit. So just gonna let that rest. But no, I'm very happy. I feel like I just keep saying that I'm happy over and over again, but genuinely, like this session has boosted my confidence massively, ready for Thursday and just ready for comp. No matter what happens Thursday, like the fact that I've hit these numbers tonight, I am where I need to be for comp. Like I am where I need, like 177.54, that's 2.5 below my comp PB for a set of 4. I only competed 3 blocks ago, so I'm feeling good. Question I had, I'm gonna just read the comment because I don't want to not cover what was actually asked like I normally do when I go on a tangent. Let me have a look. So someone asked, let me find it. Oh yeah, so basically what my split is in terms of training at home versus at the commercial gym. So essentially on day 1 of the week, day 1 at the moment is a Monday. So I will do squats, bench, and usually deadlifts on a Monday, and then B stance RDLs normally as well on a Monday, and that will all be in this like garage gym, in the home gym. Then on a Tuesday, I will go to a commercial gym and I will do my upper body accessories. So that is basically just, I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what I do. I think it's, at the moment I'm doing machines for everything just because of my elbow and my thumb, but I am getting there with those, so they should hopefully be able to go back to free weights soon. But normally I would do dumbbell chest press, like a fairly high incline, don't want to call it a shoulder press because it's more like high incline chest press, but it's verging on shoulder press. At the moment we've been doing a shoulder press machine just because it's kind of the closest thing available. Tricep dips, currently doing a top set back off system with tricep dips to try and really push my strength on them. Then I will do lat pull down, just like a normal kind of neutral grip, single arm seated row on the machine, trying to remember what else I do. Then I think it's just skull crushers, bicep curls, lateral raises, just for like a pump at the end. I think that's everything I do on a Tuesday, or like day 2. Then I'll have a rest day. Then it's Thursday, so that's today, day 3 of the week, and that is my like primary squats and bench. So I'll do squats, bench, and then I think did I just say it was Thursday today? If I did, ignore that. Yeah, so Thursday will be squats, bench, and then RDLs. That's what I've been doing, top set back off system. I've been doing this block if you've been watching my videos. And then Friday, it would usually be a Saturday, but I want the weekend off at the moment. Friday, I will then do my full body accessory day, which is ascending sets of 7 on bench. Nothing too heavy. The last, like the top set will be roughly like RPE 7 to 8 at most, but obviously the sets before that are lower than that, so it's not a very fatiguing day. It's more just like a way to keep soft touch in, to keep that skill practice in, and that control at the chest. And then I will do pendulum squat, and the last set of that will be a drop set, which is horrible on the pendulum squat. Single leg press, we'll do single leg hamstring curl, close grip pull down, wide grip row on this like seated row machine. What else do I do on that day? I think from there it is just biceps and lateral raises again for another pump. I could be wrong. feel like I've missed something. But essentially, I just split up my accessory days from my main lift days. I do bench in the commercial gym, which is fine for me because it's my lighter day. Like, I wouldn't do my heaviest session in there if I can avoid it. But to be honest, like, commercial gym benches aren't great, but the one that I go to has like a lot of, it has like a rig in the middle, which is just like basically like loads of cages joined together, if you don't know what I mean by a rig. That you can adjust the heights on quite well. So if I'm benching on my own, I'll bench in there, but I normally go with my boyfriend, so he has to basically, I use like the ready-made rubbish like commercial gym benches, and he has to basically just take all of the weight and hand it to me for my unrack. But if I was on my own, I'd just use the rig, or they have a few cages as well in there. I would just bench on those so I can get that rack height a little bit better for myself. The only thing I struggle with in a commercial gym is, well, the unrack, just with the rack heights being a little bit different and the hooks being more of a hook rather than just like a little peg like you'd have on this or on a combo rack. And also the benches are quite slippy, so I would just say to bench in your sports bra if you're comfortable, if not, wear a vest. Especially, I guess if you're a guy, you'd have to wear a vest. I don't feel like you can probably bench topless in a commercial gym, or you probably shouldn't. I don't know what the etiquette is there. But yeah, so basically, let me just completely gone off on a tangent. Let me just read the comment again. So essentially, I think it was pros and cons between the two, if it's worth investing in a home gym. I think if you have a well-equipped powerlifting gym that works around your schedule nearby, it's probably not worth it if you also like the social. But like for me, I'm often training at very unsocial hours when gyms would be shut, and I'd have to just go to like a 24-hour commercial gym. In Norwich, where I live, there aren't any powerlifting gyms. The nearest one is Yarmouth, which is like a 30, 35, 40 minute drive away. And the hours there aren't amazing. Like, they're decent enough for most people, but because of my schedule, they're not great for me. And also it gets really busy, and I've said it before, like, I get quite overstimulated training in busy gyms. So I just prefer being able to just kind of work alone at home. But like, if you're someone that trains super early in the morning and you don't want any kind of commute, it might make sense to invest in a home gym and do kind of similar to what I do and do your main lifts at home and split up your accessories. I've known people to have home gyms for their SBD movements, and then they just go to a commercial gym after to do their accessories, which I think can work. But in my brain, like, I don't think that's the most sensible way to do it, just because I think by the time you've driven to the commercial gym or walked there or whatever you have to do, unless it's literally around the corner, you are going to probably get cold and your body's going to like want to start recovering. You'll probably need to like have another snack. I don't know. There's lots of things in my brain that it's just like not ideal to do that. But I guess if it's kind of your only option, then it works. And if you live close enough, it will obviously work. Let me read the full comment because I'm definitely not answering what was asked. Oh yeah, so the other thing as well is obviously with SBD, you do tend to hog equipment for quite a while. If it's not a powerlifting gym, it can be quite difficult, especially if it's a busyish gym that you go to. So I think another advantage to obviously training in a home gym is you can take as much time as you need. I also do definitely think that I work much quicker at home on my own than I do in a powerlifting gym. Maybe not in a commercial gym, because in a commercial gym I'm so like, I want to get in, I want to get out. But obviously in a powerlifting gym, there's other people there usually, and yeah, it's just, I think it's easier to kind of sit around between sets, where when I'm training at home alone, I can time my rest breaks, go whenever I want. I don't have to share kit with anyone. I can just kind of crack on as and when I want to and get the session done in my time, kind of thing. But yeah, that's my split. So I do an SBD day, or like a powerlifting day, accessory day, rest day, powerlifting day, accessory day, a couple of rest days at the moment. And that works really well for me. And to be honest, the only reason I started doing that was just because I think it was after lockdown we set up this home gym in our old house technically, and I was working like horrible shifts. I think I was starting at, I mean, they're not the worst shifts in the world, but I was working like 5:30, 6 in the morning until 2, and I had quite a lot of travel to work, so I was just working in a shop after lockdown and everything, just because my PT job and stuff had obviously stopped with COVID. And I needed to get some money in, so I started working just in like a shop, but it was like a 40-minute drive to this shop. So I'd be up super early in the morning, I'd get home, I'd be exhausted, so I'd literally come home, I'd be home at like 2:45, I would then nap until like 5, eat, let that digest, train, sleep, and that was like my routine. So yeah, I basically did very minimal frequency on my main list because I just didn't really have the energy or time. But then on my days off, I would go to a commercial gym and do accessories. And also I think when I started seeing my boyfriend, he lived he lived in the city, so it was just easier to go to a commercial gym and do accessories. We did them together, and then I would do my main lifts when I was staying here. So it kind of just worked well for my schedule. But yeah, I think it depends on your circumstances. If you have the money to spend on a home gym, like, it isn't a cheap thing to do. Like, you can do it pretty, like, we set this one up pretty cheaply. Like the plates and stuff. I mean, the plates were quite expensive at the time for what they were, because it was just after COVID when everyone was buying gym kit, or like everyone had just bought loads of gym kit and the prices had just skyrocketed. But I mean, I think this rack came off Amazon. I can't remember how much it was, but it was about 500 quid at most, I think. Barbell, I did get a Tiger bar, so that was quite expensive. But that's just because I'm picky about barbells. That's the only piece of equipment I'm quite picky about. But then yeah, like the plates and stuff, I don't think we spent tons of money on. Like, I would say it probably cost less than £1,000 to get all the equipment, but it also depends obviously if you have the setup for it. Like, we had a big shed at the old house, we have a decent sized garage here, like it works well for us space wise. And obviously with our new house we have a garage that we weren't going to use for literally anything else except maybe storage for like outdoor bits, but we've got a shed for that. So although we had to get a new roof, to be fair, that was very expensive, but we'd have needed to do that anyway if we wanted to add value to the house. So lots of ramble there. Basically, I think a home gym is worth it, because also you can kit out a home gym for your accessories as well. It just depends what accessories you do. Like, if I go through a phase where I don't particularly want to go to a commercial gym at all and I want to just train at home full time, I'll be able to do that, because I'll just do maybe like a high bar squat or a really light squat variation on a Monday for the extra leg stimulus that I'll be losing from the machine work. But the only benefit to using machines over a barbell for that sort of thing, like pendulum squat and leg press, is that it just takes load off of your back. But yeah, there's different things you can do at home to make it work. Like, some people train full time in their garage, and if you have the space for it, you can also get like a belt squat or something in your garage. You can get fairly small versions of them. It just depends. I think if you're a busy person, then like that's one of the things that I, especially now, like, yes, I could make the effort to, well, I probably couldn't actually find the time to go train at an actual gym, but if I could, I still don't think I would, just because it just saves me a lot of time. I think having everything at home, and I can train when I want, I'm on my own time. Yeah, I don't feel like I got to the point there. Hopefully that was somewhat helpful. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up because I want to get home and I want to eat, and I need to rest ready for Thursday's session. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you for watching. Please let me know in the comments if you made it to the end. Let me know what you think I'm going to load for my top double on squats on Thursday. Hoping to get this video out in the next like day or two, so it's up in decent time. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in a few days for my end of block session.